Good, happy Thursday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, mass trooper accused of assaulting suspect after chase in New Hampshire found not guilty. The jury has reached its verdict in the trial of a Massachusetts state trooper accused of assaulting a suspect during an arrest in Nashua. Joseph Flynn was found not guilty on 2 counts of simple assault on Thursday. The charges against him were felonies because he is a police officer. Closing arguments were made by both sides Wednesday morning. The jury began deliberation Wednesday afternoon. Video from news helicopters showed former New Hampshire State Trooper Andrew McEnroe throwing the first punch against Richard Simone last year after a chase that crossed state lines. Monaco pleaded guilty to assault and is no longer working in law enforcement. Flynn, who was the only defense witness in the case, jumped in after Monaco threw the first punch. He testified Tuesday that it was the first time in his career that he had ever punched someone in order to take them into custody. Flynn said he threw what he called submission blows, and he did what he had to do in order to protect the public and other officers at the scene. Woman hit, killed by car in Market Basket parking lot. Let's take a listen to this video from NBC Boston.
News out of Westford, Massachusetts, where a woman has died after being pinned under a car outside a Market Basket supermarket. Sky Ranger over the scene earlier today at Cornerstone Square. We're told the victim is a woman in her 50s. Police say another driver hit her car, causing her car to roll back, pinning her. We'll bring you the very latest on this as it develops this afternoon on NECN.
Join Planet.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Six cars crash into moose on Maine highway. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
Technology Spectrum delivers with superior HD picture and sound and the fastest internet starting speeds for the price. Plus, Spectrum Voice lets you talk all you want with unlimited nationwide calling. Spectrum TV, internet, and voice. $29.99 per month each.
Now 2 people recovering after 6 cars crashed into the same moose along I-95 last night. It happened in Plymouth. The first car hit the moose, which was in the middle of the road around 8:30. 2 people were hurt when that car went off the road and then into the woods. 5 other vehicles went on to hit that same moose. State police now warning drivers.
Moose are very hard to see. They're high, first of all. Their bodies are dark, so you can't see them at night. So it's pretty important that you take care while you're operating at night because they can pop out anywhere.
None of the people in the 5 other cars were hurt. The road was shut down for about 2 hours as crews removed that moose.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And now let's take a quick look at your stock market and see how your stocks closed for this Thursday evening. And here's a look at your stock market and see how everything closed. Stocks retreat from record high as earnings season kicks into full gear. The major index hit in trade records before closing lower as earnings seasons kicked into full gear, with J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup reporting results. Wall Street also set its sights on economic data with the release of unemployment and inflation data sets. U.S. stocks closed lower on Thursday as Wall Street designated earnings from some top financial companies. A closer look at the meetings with Russians the Trump failed to disclose. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
In January 2017, aides to then-President-elect Donald Trump issued a blanket denial that he or anyone on his campaign team had any contact with Russia during the 2016 election cycle. A number of Trump team members, however, appear to have had various connections to or meetings with Russian officials. Here's a breakdown. For more than 4 months, Trump's campaign was run by Paul Manafort, who has done political consulting work in Ukraine. Manafort's name was mentioned multiple times when former FBI Director James Comey spoke at a House Intelligence Committee hearing in March 2017. During that hearing, Comey revealed that the agency was investigating alleged Russian interference in the U.S. presidential election and the possible involvement of Trump associates. Trump said that Comey assured him 3 times that he was not under investigation. Retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn went from being an active campaign surrogate to Trump's first national security advisor. However, he was forced to resign after it was revealed that he misled Vice President Mike Pence about his conversations with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. Flynn also exchanged several texts with Kislyak, and he met with him in person in Trump Tower during the transition, alongside Trump's son-in-law and senior White House advisor Jared Kushner. Kislyak briefly greeted Trump in April 2016. The Russian ambassador also met with now Attorney General Jeff Sessions at an event in Cleveland during the 2016 Republican National Convention and again in D.C. the following September. Sessions has said that he did meet with Kislyak and diplomats from other countries as a senator, not as a Trump campaign surrogate, and never discussed campaign-related issues with anyone from Russia. Carter Page, a former foreign policy advisor to the Trump campaign, was with Sessions when he met with Kislyak in Cleveland. Back in 2013, well before joining the Trump campaign, Page had been targeted for recruitment as an intelligence source by Russian spies gathering economic intelligence about the U.S. Donald Trump Jr., Kushner, and Manafort also met with a Russian lawyer with ties to the Kremlin on June 9, 2016, not long after Trump clinched the Republican nomination. Donald Trump Jr. has since said that he went to the meeting after being told the lawyer may have information about an opponent that could be helpful for his father's campaign. After Comey's firing, the Justice Department appointed former FBI Director Robert Mueller as special counsel to lead the FBI's investigation into whether anyone involved with Trump's campaign colluded with Russia to sway the 2016 election.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with more news. Good night, everyone. Bye.